Hey coaches, I'm super excited about the invite series part today where we're talking about growing your team or recruiting. I hate the word recruiting, but it seems to be a term that Beachbody likes to use. So we're going to talking about growing our team or growing our family is the way that I like to look at it. So coaching is about growing connections with people, right? So I like to think of it in terms of growing my family because as coaches, we do tend to spend a lot of time with each other, right? So I definitely like to invite people that I like and that I think make a great fit for our family as a team. So um, sometimes as coaches, we get freaked out because we may not have a big team yet, or we think, or we're trying to get to Emerald or Diamond, and you're trying to grow your team, but you're so afraid because you have this itty bitty team, and you feel like you can't invite because you don't have a big team. And I have news for you. We all start at that point. I've started there. Scotty Hobbs has started there. Brigitte Linford, Melanie Mitro, all of those top coaches, we've all started from the same spot. And so guess what? Now it's your time. Now it's your turn to start from there. But you need to look from it in the terms of helping other customers, other challengers, other friends of yours, and giving them something more. And that's what coaching is giving people something more, whether it be financially, whether it be physically. That is what coaching is all about. And coaching is literally just about growing yourself. So coaching is like Red Rover, right? So you're holding hands, one person on each side, and you're calling out for somebody to come over and run towards you, right? That's basically what inviting to coaching feels like, right? It's scary. You don't know who's going to come. You don't know who's ready, who's not ready, right? It's just this big free for all, basically. So the only way that you are going to grow your family and grow your team is by asking, right? So you're never going to know what people's objections are or how they feel about coaching if you don't ask. So you need to talk about people, about coaching, like you do when you're inviting to a challenge group or when you're inviting or talking to family members about coaching. That's how you should be talking to people. The more you connect with your coaches, your potential coaches, your challengers, your friends, your family, right? Those are the challengers. When you connect with your challengers, that's the beginning, and they are more likely to join you because they've had the experience, they know the products work, and they trust in you, right? But by having your challengers and inviting your challengers into the coaching business, they're already like 5 steps ahead of everybody else, right? You hopefully already have a connection with your challengers. You already know a little bit of their background, and you're just inviting them to join you. And I feel like it's one of the easier ways to invite to coaching because you've already been building that relationship. So when you invite them to coaching, it's just opening a wider connection than a challenge group to that person, right? So what do you do when you have a challenger that you want to invite to coaching? Okay, so truth. I invite every single one of my challengers to become a coach because, and you should, and you shouldn't exclude anybody from this gift of the business and the financial aspect or even the discount to the Shakeology. You should never, ever, ever hold that back from somebody else and hold that in your mouth. So we need to make sure that we're inviting everybody. So that's one way of doing it is through asking through a challenge group. And you ask about, and how you do that is you ask about their experience in your challenge group, and you ask them, have you ever considered becoming a coach? Because I've seen you comment and like under my challengers posts. I've seen you post motivational posts, and you do basically everything that I do, only you're not getting paid for it, right? So that is a really easy way to invite to the coaching opportunity, okay? So by doing that, they'll tell you, by asking the question, have you ever considered coaching? You are immediately going to find out what their objection is to the coaching opportunity, and you're going to find out what their fears are. So the next thing you're going to do, we've done it tons of times before, is by finding out what they're afraid of, you're going to be able to validate and relate, right? So you can say, I understand that you are afraid of talking to other people. I had that same problem when I first started as a coach, and I can definitely help you through that if it's something that you want to try out. And so by them saying even a maybe, remember, because we're trying to get the maybes out of people. So if they say, yeah, like that's something that I might be interested in, and you say, oh, great. Well, we have a live webinar going on whatever day. Would you like to join that? Or we have a 5-day sneak peek into coaching that starts on this day. Would you like me to add you to that group? So by having all these different things that we can plug people into, they're going to be able to see more about what coaching is. And then immediately after that group is done, or a couple days after the webinar, you're going to want to follow up with that person, right? See what they thought of the group, see what they thought about the webinar, see what kind of questions they might have, and then you're going to once again validate and relate, right? So that when you invite these people into coaching, you want to make it feel natural, right? We don't want to make it feel salesy, and we don't want to make them feel weird, okay? So you need to then, after you've invited them, you need to add them to your coach prospect list, okay? And you need to keep being a positive influence in their life, and you need to keep making deposits by liking and commenting on their pictures so they can see that you truly care about this person. Even if they do say no, you continue to be a friend. You continue to try to invite them and inspire them as a coach. So that is how you invite them naturally, right? So there's going to be others, such as the ones that you put on your dream team list, right? And there's no simple way around this one other than you're going to have to do one of those raw invites. And you do that and you reach out to them by saying, hey, I know that this is really random, but I think that you're amazing because of, and then you list all the different ways that you think that they're going to be a great coach. And you're going to say, I just can't help but ask if you've ever considered becoming a Beachbody coach or becoming a coach with me, however you want to word it. That way it's non-salesy, what we call it's non-pushy sales posture, sorry. So it doesn't feel like we're trying to be salesy or we're trying to be pushy with the invites. We're just inviting and we're telling them why we think that they would make a great coach. And that is going to open the door. And then you're going to come across those people on social media that are crazy fitness fanatics, right? The ones that you automatically think that they're going to make a great coach because they're already crazy into fitness, and such as people that go to the gym all the time, or CrossFit is a big thing right now. Zumba goers, I like to get those a lot because they can actually get certified as a size instructor, and soon to be the new country dancing program that is coming out at Summit in July. So there's all these different things that you should be inviting to coaching for, and you never know what they're gonna say, and all you say is, you are so crazy amazing at this. I can't believe that you're so good at dancing, blah 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 blah, or that you go to the gym every day. Have you ever considered becoming a coach and turning your love of fitness into a job? And by doing this, once again, it's going to open that door, and you're going to find out their objection to that, or say, oh, I've actually never heard of or never thought of that before. or yeah, that's something I'd be interested in doing. So then once again, you plug them into one of those groups or invite them to a live webinar or to a Super Saturday event so they could see more about it. And most of the time, these people are too busy to go on personal training and they just don't have time, and they've never had anybody invite them to those things. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're inviting everybody, right? Not singling anybody out. So the other people that you want to invite are those that are looking for something or struggling financially in some way, right? And you say, hey, I know you said that you were looking for a new job, and I know how hard it is to struggle and not be able to pay your bills. I've just been thinking about you and just wanted to see if you've ever thought of maybe working from home or being a coach for some extra money on the side. I've been doing it for a couple years now, or you can say a couple months, a few months, and it's been a huge blessing for me and our family. Is this something that you would ever consider doing? And by then, you're going to find out once again their objection to coaching and why they think or they don't think that they would make a great coach, right? It doesn't have to be hard. Do not make inviting to coaching hard, because it should feel natural, because you're inviting in a natural way, right? Use what you have learned and connect to your conversation, and make sure that you're driving with the connection with belonging. The thing about this business is I became a coach because I initially wanted to lose the weight, but then it changed to me wanting the freedom with my family, the freedom to travel, the finances to travel, and for the connection and the feeling of belonging and the feeling of having a purpose here. And so that's something that's always been so close to me, is this coaching opportunity, and I want to make my coaches feel like my family. And you need to make sure that you lead with the team and lead with love. And one of the things that I didn't embrace is, as a new coach, was the feeling of having the love of a team sooner. It took me, I think it was eight months to hit Emerald, and that's two coaches that I missed building a connection with because I was too afraid to invite to this wonderful coaching opportunity that we have. The nice thing about Beachbody is you won't be leading your team alone, and that we're all family and we're all one big team, thus the name Team Beachbody. And you will have help, and you need to make sure that when you're building those relationships with your coaches, that you find out what their strong points are, and you will learn that as you grow and learn together. You will have them there to help you just as much as you are there to help them. You need to then, now is the time to get your team together and start inviting and learning and growing and helping develop your team into those leaders that you all need to be for the lives that we're going to change together. So that's to the end of today's video, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks.